investigator, it's a little unusual.
Hey guys, epic snap here. Today.
And that's why I think a special prosecutor
Hey, I'm on the road trip.
I think that you have to have an independent inquiry.
Yeah.
You have to have independence if you're going to be able to have confidence in it. He could pick somebody that's perfectly fine person, has great integrity and all the rest. But the cloud over it, when it's such a, inside baseball selection process, if you will. As I said,
Victory strike, but I call it victory strike.
That's highly unusual to say the least. Listen, as a former Attorney General of the third largest state in the country, Florida, I understand investigations, I understand fundamental fairness, and you have to have complete integrity and complete confidence in those people that are conducting an investigation, especially at this level where you're talking about the presidency of the United States and protecting our system of electing the president. Our democracy is at stake with something like that.
Okay, Attorney General Jeff Sessions recused himself from the FBI investigation into the Trump campaign in Russia after failing to disclose his two pre-election meetings with the Russian ambassador during the Senate confirmation hearings, of course. Now, Congressman, did Sessions violate his recusal when he wrote this letter this past week urging the president to fire Comey?
Certainly looks like it. I mean, here the person being fired is the investigator. And the Attorney General said he was going to stay out of this process. And yet then he signs this letter that recommends the firing of the investigator. So does it violate being involved in it? Well, of course it does. I mean, common sense would tell you that.
Does it make sense that he's involved in the selection process for Comey's replacement?
I think it does not make sense. I mean, you're talking about somebody who arguably is going to, we hope, continue to investigate. And I think along with, we ought to have a special prosecutor do that. But the notion that the AG is involved in selecting when he said he wasn't going to be involved, it defies what he said.
Why haven't you been able to convince your Republican colleagues about this special prosecutor idea?
Say that again, please.
When you and other Democrats have talked about a special prosecutor being the answer to removing questions regarding how this investigation proceeds, why don't you think your Republican colleagues are on board with that?
Well, I think they're concerned about, politics. I mean, let's be candid about this.
Would it slow down the investigation?
I don't know if it would or not. I think what we need to be focused on is not speed, but the accuracy of the investigation, the integrity of the investigation, the competence of the investigation. This is not a race to the finish line. This is a race to have justice done and to make sure that we have a competent, effective investigation, and I would recommend by a special prosecutor who in fact would be independent. And I think that's important. I think that's what the American people deserve. They need to be able to have confidence in how this is done. They need to be able to have confidence in our elected system. They need to be able to have confidence in our democracy and how we elect the president of the United States of America. That is somewhat questionable, to say the least. And it occurs to me that if we're going to be able to have confidence in that process, it has to be independent, it has to be transparent, it has to be fundamentally fair. Those are the tenets that you have to stick to whenever you're going to have an investigation that people can have confidence in and can trust. It's about trust.
A lot of people lost confidence in Comey during the election. Remember, President Obama hired Comey after everything that happened though during the election that infuriated Democrats and now Republicans as well, specifically Comey's very public role in the Hillary Clinton investigation. Should President Obama have fired Comey before he left the White House?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to pass judgment because, when you're president of the United States, you have access to information on it that you and I don't have. And so it's kind of difficult to be a Monday morning quarterback in dealing with a situation like that. I will tell you this. I have great confidence and great respect in the integrity and the judgment of President Obama. I don't know if I've met a person that has that level of integrity in public service besides him. He's an extraordinary man. So I think he did the right thing, and I have confidence in it.
All right, Congressman Charlie Fraser, thanks for coming on tonight. We appreciate it.
He really could have blown him up.
Coming up, I sat down with former senior advisor to President Obama, David Axelrod, to ask his advice for the Trump White House in the wake of Comey's fire.
He was fired on the No, would have told what happened about the investigation and, like you said, fired. Yeah, rather than the other way around, he was bringing up information on the candidate he wanted to go. Right.
Yeah, he would have talked to him.
Really? Dude. I am Bella's. I am form Bella's. Oh, seven. No, just seven. Okay. Try. See, it's like. Let me show you the difference. Okay. So basically, I don't have 4 double mint, and I don't have 4 banana sword reps. So I replaced this with some different cards. And if you really want to, you can look on the internet to see the real victory strike, or just go in the game like a normal person would. You'll see. Yeah. 80 limestone. That victory strike is very expensive, so I had to load my own twist, a few extra cards. Yeah. I'm pretty shocked that I lost that last match. Again, I'm undefeated with people rank 15 or lower. That's like my first loss in like 10 levels.
It's hard to describe just how incredible it feels to soak in a jacuzzi brand hot tub, but there's one word
On the way, you want to know how I'm running on Wi-Fi? Guess what? High spot.
Whether it's the pressure relieving jets, hot bubbling water, or how your body feels after a soak.
I'm gonna count this one against my resume because around level 21, I was at or surpassed the strength of my cards. So, and giving that number to scout. I'm out the wall. That's it. Not like I'm running. I tell you for you. See, the thing is, the strike through zombies, it doesn't matter if they're deadly, it matters about the damage they end up doing. My dog broke. God dang it. Because I'm pretty sure I know what that is. Either a smelly zombie or one of those trash can and zombies. So, but I have to take that dude out first. Oh, that dude? Seriously? Okay. Okay. I'm not asking questions. Base. Run. Cool. From me, yo. Like the Chompy dog. So you think if you want him reacting? When you have your opponent reacting in this deck, it basically means you're winning. That's basically what it means. So basically this turn, you thinking on either fully buff out that dude or
Well, she already made her understand she's gonna have to get her own internet.
I'll just do that.
So
Don't matter, I'm getting 7 damage in this turn, so
that's something
stinks. Okay, 10 minutes. 10 minutes in.
Electronic closet. The RJ45 and I have to run from an electronic closet down to the modem will be in there in the pharmacy, right? And they will. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Oh, we have to see if they'll come.
Running out of. Let's say he's not entirely sure of how to fly this. That's why it almost hits his head sometimes.
Oh, that's right, because her mode in the doctor office, her mode
Like that.
in the office.
And I'm on the disconnect. Oh, but I'm still on the Wi-Fi. Come on, baby. They're calling me. But anyways, guys, I'm into here. This deck is really good when you're not going up against legendary league people and having people connect against. So, you know, yeah, have a good day. Thanks for watching. I big Chompy.